Amanda, and I am sitting here with Ricky. He's right across from me, and you can't see him, but you will in a minute. And we're gonna talk about his art today, because you guys all wanted to know about his art. So I'm gonna flip this around, and what he's gonna do is he's gonna show you 10 or so of pictures that he's done throughout the years and show you how he's improved over the years. And he also said he would be glad to do a Q&A. If you have any questions about his art, you can leave them in the comment section below and he will answer them to the best that he can. So this is just to show you his process as he's gone from doing art over all these years, and yeah, so that's it. So I'm gonna turn to Ricky now, and he's gonna tell you about some pictures that he has and how he's improved over the years.
Hi.
Hey Ricky.
Hey.
So you have some pictures.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you wanna, I'm gonna put the first one up on the screen. You wanna tell me a little bit about it?
Okay, so this first one, you'll notice that there's like a little squirrel and like a little cat and then like a leopard kind of thing. This was the very first time that I ever started trying to think up or decided that I wanted to draw something out, and what it was for was I was really, and I still am, but even more so than I am now, into Pokemon. And I decided I was gonna make my own Pokemon game. So I decided I was gonna create all the characters, and it was all gonna be fun, and that the Pokemon company would like use it all. I don't know. But, so this is my first one. It's Watton up at the top. Whisperl, I think is what the second one is. And then the last one is Purlio. Yeah, so that's pretty much that one. This definitely kicked off my love for drawing and creating things from my head.
So tell me about this next picture.
Okay, so this next picture was after the first one. I decided, ooh, that's cool. Maybe I could like make like a comic book kind of thing. That's where I first started getting interested in comic books. And the first ones that I started getting into were like the normal Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, stuff like that. So I tried to do a style. Well, it didn't turn out so good. I still cringe when looking at this. At the time, I even cringed. But like, I don't even have much to say about it. It's just
The beginning.
the beginning. Thank you. That's a good way to put it. It definitely kicked off writing comics for me. This third one is I decided that I didn't really connect, I guess, as much with American comics as I did Japanese comics, like manga, anime, and that sort of stuff. So I decided I really wanted to try to do that kind of style. That's what this is. This is the very first time I ever tried anything manga or anime. It definitely was a good starting point, I think, at least. I tried, I don't know. I remember we were watching a TV show or something. It was me, Mom, and Brian. We were all sitting on the couch, and I was on the ground, and I had a Pokemon manga, and I was trying my best to like look at that and then draw similar stuff to it, but still creating my own stuff. I didn't want to be like just totally take it away from it. So that's what this is, and it's like a pirate guy. There's another pirate guy, and some guy, I guess he was supposed to look kind of like have a kind of like a skull face. I don't know. There's a sword, and then there's a guy at the top. That is actually supposed to be Brian. I remember that. He at the time I was like, Brian, look, I drew you, and he was like, oh, cool. So that's what this is. So this is actually quite a big jump later. Here I decided after thinking about it that probably the best way to learn to draw manga would be to look at manga and see how other professionals did it and tried to copy or emulate them somewhat.
And as you know, art students copy the masters
Yes.
to learn how to do so.
Yes.
It's a smart thing to do.
My art teacher at school always says that artists are a community of thieves. It's what he always says, and it is true. So, and it did help me. This is Kid Goku, which is from Dragon Ball. Which, if you know anything about anime or manga, you definitely have heard of Dragon Ball. And if you look to the side, it says like number 1 arms, number 2 face needs work, number 3 stance, and then number 4 was hands. And I have like lots of arrows around it. That was me, for me. I still do that today. I do that with a bunch of my artwork. If I see something in my art that I think, okay, that I need to work on a little more, or something, I'll leave a note to myself to say, you need to work on that particular area a little bit more. So that's what that is. And I have a up at the top, try again. I haven't tried again yet, but this was pretty much when I decided to stick with that style.
This next one.
This next one was 2 characters I created. It was for, and this kind of style, I decided I was gonna go more like a chibi, kind of cartoony, cute style, instead of more of a serious look. So this was like an adventurer and his, I don't even know, like friend, I guess. This, I got into a bunch of like MMORPGs and stuff, and they were all kind of like about like cool adventures, and they had cool swords and neat story, neat characters. I kind of wanted to do the same thing. I still would like to do something similar to that. I love swords and stuff like that. I think they're cool. Warrior kind of guys. I just like this one.
This is one of my favorites. I mean, really one of my favorites.
This one. This is my mental image of my dad. This is...
It doesn't actually look anything like that in real life.
You know what my dad looks like. Nothing like this, but in my mind, this is how I envision him. And I call this the OC dad, like OCD, but OC dad. I still think this character, so like I've got a bunch of these. I found a couple, but this was probably my favorite one I did.
I totally think you should make a comic about that one.
Yeah, I should. Dad probably wouldn't like it though.
Or he might be super proud of it. Like,
I'm
me.
the OC dad.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that? That's me. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I really like this one. I think it's funny.
I love that
Still
one.
makes me laugh.
Yep. This is another one of my favorites. This hangs in your room.
This does hang in my room.
And I always tell you should actually make a comic about that.
Yeah, this is like a school, I guess, idea that I had for a little while. And it was, you see like, there's like a lion and a giant, and a cloud and a bird. It was just a bunch of like different, like unique characters that wouldn't normally go to school together. I mean, you're not gonna go to school with a bird. So...
But the lion is the principal, right?
The lion is the principal, and that's Principal Lionheart. I do remember that. And if you look by his leg, there's a couple hidden things, like there's a fly or a bee or something up next to the girl. It's right next to her hand. That is actually a student as well. And then hanging on the leg of Principal Lionheart, there's a little elf. I don't know if you can see it. So this was a neat idea I had.
I like the goldfish in the bowl too.
And the goldfish in the bowl.
On wheels.
She has wheels and she just like moves around and it's like a car. It's weird, but it was fun to do. And I might do something with it in the future. I don't know.
The reason why I always like that one is because when I look at it, I want to know the story behind it.
I never actually came up with a story for it. I just like a basic principle.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that, and I think that one's really cool. And that was specifically when I started writing. That was when I actually started writing out and planning backstories and backgrounds and stuff like that. That was a big milestones.
Huh?
This is quite a bit jump from that later. This one is a copied panel of a Naruto manga that I had, and I just loved this scene. It was during a fight scene. There was a lot of action and a lot of details, and I wanted to challenge myself with adding details to something. I thought that would be fun. There's not much else to say about this. It was fun to do. It taught me a lot. I learned a lot from this. A lot of placement of certain items like the rocks and how they're placed. About action movement. Like you can see like near the hands where the guy's like, no, and the other guy's punching. There was a lot of like motion lines, and that taught me a lot, and since then I've progressed a little bit better with that. So this one taught me a lot about movement and flow and stuff like that. This one was really fun for me. I really enjoyed doing this. This was a while ago. Doesn't have a date on it. I have a bad habit of not dating my stuff. This one is Batman Beyond, and there was a little bit of time where I went back to American comics. I just liked how dynamic some of them were, especially Batman. I still love Batman. You can't not like Batman. But I specifically like Batman Beyond's design, so I decided to draw him. This was the cover of an actual comic, and I wanted to try to see if I could turn Batman Beyond, take an American comic character and turn it into something anime, manga. But halfway through, I just kind of went, nah, I'm going full American comic. and that's how this came to be. And this one was really fun too.
Oh, wow, this one has a story behind it.
This one is definitely one of my favorite characters I have ever created, ever. I love this character. So the big creature up behind it is a bunny.
It's called Bunny.
It's called Bunny, yes. You can see like the little word bubble that says, do you have a carrot? So the idea is that the rabbit is like a super scary, rough, looking person. And you can see the guy down below who's like, like freaking out. So Bunny's supposed to look really, really, really super scary. But it's not scary. It's a nice bunny.
It's kind of like the BFG or a Roald Doll. We were thinking of
Yes,
Roald Doll.
Roald Doll.
You were in the Roald Doll period of your thought process for books.
Yeah. This was not terribly long ago, probably a couple months ago, which I definitely think I've already gotten better since this time. Art, and in this this was straight from my head. And another thing that this was, I did no pencil lines. This was straight pen and ink. There was no pencil. So I really was challenging myself to do no erasing and just come up with something straight off my head. So this taught me a lot as well, especially like detail. This was a big milestone.
I definitely think you should do something with that character, Jim.
Definitely. So this one you guys have already seen in one of Mom's earlier videos. I really, really like this style. This is definitely, if not my favorites, close to, if not my favorite style ever. I love the cross hatching and the I don't even know. I just really like it. This character was so fun to draw, and this is my most recent one. This is kind of, and looking back on like all of my old drawings and stuff, and even just for this video, seeing how far I've come, it's really crazy. And you sometimes will look at comic book art and you'll think, you know, it's just insufficient. And just practice. I draw for 6 hours a day, most of the time. I try my hardest to keep that time frame a day. I try my hardest. School and all, sometimes you don't get it, but it's a lot of practice. Art is not something that comes easy. A lot of people take it for granted, and they look at a piece of art and they go, ooh, that's cool, I could do that. It takes years for people. The old masters would set aside 10 years of their life to study art, and even then, art for them was a lifelong process, but the fundamental was just 10 years. So art is not easy. Get discouraged. Just keep practicing, keep chugging away, keep drawing. You're not gonna get any better if you don't draw. So keep drawing.
A lot of people think it's just talent.
Yeah, no, talent might have something to do with it, but anything can be learned through hard work. So just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for listening to me just ramble on about my art.
Yeah, don't forget that, I'm gonna come over here. So anyway, don't forget that if you have any questions for Ricky, to make sure you put them in the comments section. You guys asked a lot of different things and we couldn't remember them all, so we just figured we'd show you kind of his process and his growth, because a lot of folks said that they had kids that were interested in art, and this way you know kind of where it started and where it's come and how long it's taken. I think from that beginning picture of the leopard until now, how many years was that?
Three or four.
Yeah. So it's been a few years and a lot of diligent study like you mentioned, but you know, it can be done if it's something that you love and something that you want to pursue and something that Lord's put on your heart. So that's that. If you have any questions, let us know, and thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button, and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye.